Welcome to the FCPA training series from Corporate Compliance Insights featuring CCI founder Maurice Gilbert and Tom Fox of Tom Fox Law. Tom has practiced law for 25 years and is now assisting companies with FCPA compliance, risk management, and international transactions. Tom writes and speaks around the world on a variety of topics ranging from FCPA compliance, indemnities, and other forms of risk management. The videos in this series provide an introduction to FCPA compliance for legal, compliance, and operations personnel. Please note, the information should not be considered all-inclusive, and we encourage viewers to seek professional advice prior to implementing any compliance program. So let's get started.
I'm Maurice Gilbert with Corporate Compliance Insights, and joining me in the studio again is Tom Fox of Tom Fox Law. Today we'll be discussing the intersection between FCPA, anti-corruption, and corporate ethics. So Tom, what are the ABC laws?
Yes, generally ABC laws stand for anti-bribery and anti-corruption laws. These are laws across the globe, both international and domestic, which prevent bribery and corruption. Some countries, such as the United States, have the U.S. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, which looks at countries outside of the United States. So it only applies outside the United States. It only applies to non-U.S. governmental officials. It is a supply-side law, does not focus on the bribe receiver. Other countries, such as the United Kingdom, have the UK Bribery Act. And under the Bribery Act, it makes illegal both the giving and the receiving of bribes, but it applies both outside the United Kingdom to foreign governmental officials and inside the United Kingdom to its own governmental officials.
How do the ABC laws relate to compliance?
Generally, compliance is how do you comply with anti-corruption and anti-bribery laws. There are lots of specific articles and sections for many different types of compliance policies, but they really come down to about 5 concepts. The first one is leadership, second, risk assessment, third, standards and controls, fourth, training and communications, and fifth, oversight. Under leadership, do you have the right tone at the top? Is senior management and the leader of the company committed to doing business in compliance with the laws? A risk assessment requires that a company take a look at its risks, evaluates its risks. The risks for Exxon are going to be very different from Tom's Oil and Gas Company. So you need to assess your own risk and manage your own risk. Standards and controls means your code of conduct and your written policies and procedures. Do you have them in place, and do employees understand, and are they able to utilize those programs to do their business? Training and communication is training on these policies and procedures, training on the law, communicating to your employees what's expected of them. And the last one is oversight. How do you tell whether or not the employees are actually following your compliance program? You do this through monitoring, you do this through auditing, you do this through assessments, a wide variety of techniques. So if you have those 5 components to your compliance program, no matter what you may call it, no matter what the law may be called, you'll be in pretty good shape.
We often hear about the term corporate ethics. How does corporate ethics tie into the compliance component?
Compliance really speaks to the specific policies and procedures to comply with a law. But ethics speaks to a little bit different focus. It's often said just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something, and that's probably a pretty good definition of ethics. Ethics really starts with the top, the tone at the top. What does the top management say? What does the top leadership say? Do they say we're going to do business ethically and in compliance with the laws? Do they make sure that their employees not only understand that, but they're compensated for doing business ethically, and more importantly, not compensated if they do business that is not done ethically? So ethics is an important component. Many companies call their foundation document a code of ethics. Some call it a code of conduct. But it's really your aspiration of how you want to do business, how you want to be seen as a company, and how you want to move forward doing business the right way.
Tom, thanks again for joining us today, and we look forward to your next presentation on FCPA compliance. Thanks for joining us today, and remember, before implementation of your own FCPA compliance program, you may wish to seek professional advice. Also, as a reminder, please visit us online at corporatecomplianceinsights.com.